Right. Hello, my dear students of Standard 9. Welcome to the virtual class of Geography, Rotation and Revolution, Part 2. So last class we have discussed about the first movement of the Earth, that is rotation, and also we have discussed about the characteristics of the rotation of the Earth or the effects of the rotation of the Earth. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the other moment of the Earth, that is revolution. So let's go with this moment of the Earth. So as I have already explained you that revolution is the motion of the Earth or the movement of the Earth around the Sun on a fixed or on the Earth's orbit that takes 365 days and 6 hours to be completed, and for the sake of convenience we don't take these 6 hours into consideration, and the 6 hours is taken once in every 4 years when an additional day is added to the year or to the month of February, and the year has 366 days, which we term as a leap year. So during this revolution we take the four positions of the Earth into consideration, and during these four positions we go, or we try to understand, or we go for the four seasons, that is the summer season, the winter season, the autumn season, and the spring season. So here we go with the summer or the summer season. So last class already we have discussed about this summer solstice. So the summer solstice is also known as midsummer, occurs when one of the Earth's poles has its maximum tilt towards the sun, that is the northern pole. For that hemisphere, the summer solstice is when the sun reaches its highest position in the sky and the day with the longest period of daylight. So during this period, what happens? The vertical rays of the sun falls over the Tropic of Cancer. The places on the either side of the Tropic of Cancer, or the places through which the Tropic of Cancer is passing, there we experience, due to the vertical rays of the sun, we experience 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. So before going for the season, let me tell you that when we take the four positions of the Earth, we consider the northern hemisphere. Generally we take the northern hemisphere's condition. So here, even in the northern hemisphere, as the vertical rays of the sun falls over the Tropic of Cancer, as a result of which there is 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night over all the places that are crossed by the Tropic of Cancer. So as one moves from the Tropic of Cancer towards the North Pole, the duration of daylight increases and the duration of night decreases, and the vice versa happens in case of the southern hemisphere. So during which season we have longer days and shorter nights? Obviously during the summer season. So as we have longer days and shorter nights in the northern hemisphere, so here we experience the summer season, and in the southern hemisphere we experience the winter season. So this position of the Earth, during this position of the Earth, the climatic condition or the seasonal condition is summer, or we have the summer solstice. So here are the special features of the summer solstice. The duration of day is longer than night. The length of day increases with increasing latitude north of the equator. At the corresponding latitudes in the north and south of the equator, the relative length of day and night are in exact opposite. Next we go for the river season, that is the winter solstice. So the winter solstice, also known as the Hemal solstice or the hibernal solstice, also known as midwinter, occurs when one of the Earth's poles has its maximum tilt away from the sun. So it happens twice yearly, once in each hemisphere. For that hemisphere, the winter solstice is the day with the shortest period of daylight and the longest period of night of the year. when the sun is at its lowest daily maximum elevation in the sky. So the concept happens in this way, that is, the northern hemisphere is away from the sun and the southern hemisphere is towards the sun. That is why, or as a result of which, vertical rays of the sun falls over the Tropic of Capricorn. So here, as the Tropic of Capricorn is a part of the southern hemisphere, we experience 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night during this period, and this period happens during December 22nd, when we have equal hours of days and equal hours of night over the places which are crossed by the Tropic of Capricorn. And as we move from the Tropic of Capricorn towards the North Pole, the duration of day decreases and the duration of night increases. Hence, we have longer nights and shorter days. So this season is marked as the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere and the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. So here are the special features of the during the winter solstice. The sun shines directly over Tropic of Capricorn. Hence, the length of day increase as one goes towards South Pole, and day is longer in southern hemisphere than night between the Arctic Circle. So besides these two important positions of the earth, one is on June 21st when we experience summer solstice in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere, and on December 22nd when we experience the reverse seasonal condition, that is winter season in the northern hemisphere and summer in the southern hemisphere. We have other two positions of the earth which are well defined as the equinoxes, and during this equinoxes or these equinoxes, they happen during September 23rd and March 21st. So during this time the sun crosses the celestial equator and the day and nights are equal length all over the world, and we experience autumn season in the northern hemisphere on especially on September 23rd. We experience autumn season in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere. Hence this position is described as the autumnal equinox, and the reverse on March 21st when we experience spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere, and this position is well defined as a spring equinox, or we call it the vernal equinox. So these are the positions of the earth during this revolution. So here we came to the end